It's good to see you guys. Good to be with the team this morning. A lot to correct. A fair amount of work was put in, since the game to get all those things right. And I felt this morning was really good just to see the focus and determination and everything from the guys. Thought we had a good meeting and workout, and excited for this next week. To have these guys on the schedule for a while and to know they're coming up. So much respect for Air Force and just their attack and everything it takes to stop them or slow them down. And, they're a younger team, but still so difficult to defend, and you could see them get better and better. And so we're excited about the challenge, excited offensively to get all the gears going and the speed and the miles per hour ramped up. And so we're seeing this next game as an opportunity to play our best. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, Daquan and the offense been a little erratic, up and down. I mean, some good, some bad. How do you get to that more consistent place you want to be?
I think that early in the game, I think it was too big for really everybody. I think I was at fault for that. I think I made it probably more about other things than just the opponent right in front of you. And I think that affected Daquan too. I thought when things settled down and the running game got going, I thought that other things opened up. We had the RPO screen on the perimeter there that Josh took advantage of. There were other examples of that we probably could have executed better, but we're opened up with the run game. I think early in the game, the run game wasn't really getting a lot. I think towards the end, we started to lean on them and wear on them some. So I think that's the key. I think taking the lessons learned from this game in terms of how you start and being level-headed and focusing on in the moment and on the thing that you're doing at the time that you're doing it, I think will help too.
How big was Palmer to kind of boom some punts down there and put Utah on the other, And he's been like that for 2 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, the practice is like that continually. I know for me, we always I stand behind him. So whenever he punts, I know that I have to run the full distance, because we flip the field every time he punts like that. And so everyone expects that, and he expects that of himself, most importantly. And for him to do it in pressure moments and when we really needed it most was really cool to see. I think that's something that our team can take heed of, and our team needs to do that, is make those plays when it matters most.
Maybe it was because of the run game struggles early on, but was there room to take more downfield shots early in the game? Or?
I thought that the zero pressures were pretty early on, and so I think we had to loosen them up with some of the perimeter stuff, which we really struggled to hit. I think that's an execution thing that we have to be way better at. I think first play of the game is an example, And then I thought the run game was able to loosen them up in terms of they're playing with just a second level and not a third level. If something were to hit, it's going. And so I think that enabled us to be able to take more shots once the run game started.
I don't remember seeing much of Carl Williams or Cooper Lands out there on defense. Were those coaching decisions or injury related?
It's injury. Cooper's got an ankle, and then we're working through with Carl with a knee sprain that I feel will be ready to go for this next game.
Dave, looked like Daquan got a hit on that one play where you had Sawyer come out there for a minute. What did he hurt anything? And then was there any thought about putting Sawyer back in for that last series?
Yeah, so Daquan took a hit to the ribs and was feeling sore and was wanting to come right back. When I was walking with him off the field, he was just going, "There's no way I'm coming out of this game," And so his determination, everything to come back. I think the whole team saw that and was able to kind of get a bump and everything off of that. And, I'm proud of Sawyer and his ability to come in and contribute and when we need to. I think it's hard when you're on the sideline and you're out of it to jump back into it in critical moments, and he's shown the ability to do that. And so I feel good about him being on the ready.
is there any advantage to the fact that you guys played Air Force, a couple seasons ago?
Well, I think it works both ways. I think they really know us, and we're really working to get to know them. I think that their system is one to where you got to pick which rabbit hole you want to go down, because all the answers are built into it. And so the more that you can have a really defined structure and know, a lot of it is, well, it's if this, then it's that. If we go here, then we're going there. And you just go down those paths with the best answers and the best adjustments that you can. A lot of respect for their coaches, and their kids just play hard. And it is going to be a test for our ability to be accountable and ability to be dependable and to be where you need to be. I think for all of the positives, or of the few positives so far with us, some of it's been on defense, but these people are going to test us because they're really going to force us to be where we need to be.
There's certain keys in facing that kind of attack.
Discipline. Yeah, I think first you have to learn your job. You have to learn kind of the gaps you need to play, and the alignments and the assignments. But then there does become this for them, this player's lined up here. This means this play. This player's lined a little bit more off the ball. This means it's going to be that play. And so I think that kind of comes second when you first learn your stuff. And then you can kind of learn their stuff, because it is a whole new language that we're learning. Now, we've been able to work on it for quite some time because we know this game's coming up, and so I think that's been an advantage to us.
Is the 40 runs to 20 passes, is that the right ratio, or do you want to be more even? Were you happy with that in the Utah game offensively?
I thought that all the runs were to try to be able to get some efficient runs, and I thought like we were able to do that. And I thought that the O-line, the longer it went, the better that they got. And I think that we do have a physical group. I think that the more they play together and that the more that they work through things, I think the better they'll be. I think we're looking forward to getting Bryson Washington back. I think he will help us in the running back room. I think he, during spring and fall, was really one of our top performers, and I think he'll add to the depth that we already have there. And so this offense starts with running the ball, and I think from there, with the splits and everything else, the overhangs have to be pulled in. We have the screen game. The safeties have to come down. We have the shot game. And so it starts with really getting the run game going.
Is Bryson close then?
Yes.
Saraki got some run at left tackle. Can you just talk about the competition at left tackle and how Alvin's responding?
Yeah, we have to play better there. I think that's an area that we have all the ability to play better there. And I think that should be an area of strength for us. I still believe that it can be. And I think Alvin's working through, his handicaps right now, and I believe that he's going to prevail in that. And then, we're able to give him really good competition, and Saraki's continuing to improve. And so I think all the more better for us when that type of competition pushes each other.
Coach, last week I was asking about adjustments between the opening game and game 2. Now between game 2 and game 3, being 1-1, Are you? I know you may not be where you want to be, but did this kind of setback put you back at all, or is it just pretty much we're pretty much on track going to game 3?
Well, there's a lot we have to improve. I mean, I think that first quarter is not acceptable. I think the start of it, the big plays that we gave up, getting the kick blocked and the strip sack and just all of those things were just completely avoidable. I take responsibility for all of those. And that's just, we cannot win playing that brand of football. Now, the ability to kind of regroup and to fight through and to make adjustments, I'm proud of. And I think we've shown the ability to do that through these last 2 games. And that will extremely be tested in this game. There'll be a million adjustments in this one.
Is the second half shutout, is that a source of pride for the defense?
Well, it's just, I can see where the start of that game, if we're a fan, we go, here we go again. And then we would go something like, well, this is going to end like maybe how some of the games last year ended. And so, for it to not be that, I don't think is necessarily an achievement, but is a step in the right direction. And I think that, when I would be with them before they took the field, I could see in all of their eyes that we're going to stop them, that they're not going to get anything. I could see it, And so that might be the greatest achievement is that they're believing and they're fighting and they're hunting. And so we got some more hunting to do.
Dave, did the depth show on defense with some of those guys you had missing? Because I know one of the things you had said last week was you want to see that gap between the ones and twos narrow. Did you see a little bit of that this week?
Well, the depth, I think, came up in the very, very last drive for us. That was the drive where I think we had a big third down. They converted, and then we had some runs pop. They really hadn't popped since the first quarter, And so we had a time. There's a timeout in there, and we had a couple guys. We had to get Matt Jones was on his knees. We had to get him up. We had some other guys that almost passed out just on the grass, trying to finish the game, And so I think if we would have had a little bit more depth there, then we probably wouldn't be in that situation. And so I think that's still a work in progress for us right now.
Just a challenge going into a game when you know you're going to have fewer snaps offensively.
Yeah, I think, defensively, I think first down is critical. I mean, so is it 2nd and 7 or 2nd and 5? And that's the whole world right there. That is the whole world because they're going for it on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and they're very hard to stop on 4th and 1 and 4th and 2. And if you put everybody up there to stop them on 4th and 1 and 4th and 2, you risk a 80-yard touchdown, And so it's a whole thing in and of itself. The best way is to play well on first down. And I think on the offensive part of it, there'll be a lot of shell coverages, a lot of keeping stuff in front of you. Now, in this past game versus San Jose State, whose offense coordinator, Craig Stutzman, I know well, he was at Texas State last year, and so we have a sense of that offense and what they're capable of. There's a lot more pressure this past game from Air Force versus them. And so I can anticipate some of that now. And I think if we can capitalize on some of the pressure, if we can capitalize on the off coverage with run after catch, with some of our guys making plays in space, and I think those are ways that we can create in the limited snaps that we got.
Dave, unlike the last time y'all played Air Force, I assume you might be wearing short sleeves on Saturday.
Yeah.
How was that the coldest game you've ever been a part of?
There was games in Wisconsin where we were at Minnesota. I think the 3 years I was there, the last two or the two of the three, we played at Minnesota. And Minnesota's got an outdoor stadium, beautiful stadium, but it's it got to where like this one where you couldn't talk, and your nose was running and you couldn't do nothing about it, and your mouth was frozen. I think in that game, if I remember the second series, and man, we're going to make all these adjustments. We're going to, we're ready. And then I remember trying to open my mouth and I couldn't talk. And I'm going like, this is not going to be good. This is going to suck. Yeah.
Josh Cameron's had quite the journey. How cool was it to see him kind of finally get in the end zone there?
Yeah, of just of all of the, whether it's whether it's going to class, whether it's how much am I getting paid, how much is he getting paid, how much money is everyone's making. In just that type of world, which that's the world we're in, for there to be a dude that's not like that and just continues to achieve, does everything you ask him to do, so just way proud of him. And what a great family. And I have to imagine just that catch and that run been pretty cool to hang out with the Camerons during that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, guys.